Let's go, UW. These refs need to start being held accountable. The refs shouldn't be deciding games. Yeah, they were pretty bad yesterday at a lot of spots.
I mean, until you have full-time officiating, you're going to naturally have human error. You live with it when it's against you, and you love it when it's in your favor. And, that's how I be feeling about it.
There were just so many times. Yeah. I just sat on the couch,
it's a
hung
lot,
over
bro.
as hell, watched football all day. There was just so many times. It'd be hilarious where they'd call some ticky-tack penalty. They'd run the replay over in slow motion. The announcer would be like, yeah, I really don't see the penalty here. And then they'd bring in the officiating expert and
he
talk
would
to
agree,
him. He'd be like, yeah, that was a bad call. I don't know what they were seeing there either. It'd be like a big 15-yard penalty or something.
Seriously, man. Absolutely, bro. But I feel like that is where we are right now in the NFL. They penalize. They're hypersensitive on quarterbacks. They're hypersensitive on hits that are violent, and we saw that multiple times yesterday. Obviously in the Bills-Giants game, but throughout Sunday,
there were some bad ones in that Niners-Browns.
If you hit the
really
quarterback,
bad ones.
They're penalizing you, and if you have a violent collision with the receiver, they're penalizing you. But we can't act as if this isn't a byproduct of how we've been viewing it as consumers. They have adjusted the rules to continue to be more appeasing to the consumer. And now it's to the point where I think the consumers are getting a little bit annoyed
it's like this ain't
with
even
the fact
football
that it's too
anymore.
much.
Dudes are making clean hits, and
but this
fouls.
is what NFL defenders have been saying for the past 5 to 10 years. It's just now we're starting to see it affect some of these, teams in not nice ways more frequently, and now we're getting more of the commentary. But eventually, that's the only way it's going to change. The consumer, the fans, y'all the ones who got to get pissed off about it. Y'all the ones who got to really voice that, because we've been on this. When they first started talking about defenseless receivers and how we have to hit them more so they can duck, move, and do all this stuff, and it's on us to hit them correctly still. When they start talking about hitting the quarterback and you got to land like this, not too high, not too low, it's like, okay. And then you tell the referees, this is an emphasis. We're going to put an emphasis on this. Yeah. So where we at right now, man?
The one that's getting me recently is the illegal man downfield.
Okay.
Not even associated with the play at all. I forget what was it.
They've caught it a couple times now.
Was it in the Sunday night game? But I might even saw it,
was
a couple times throughout the day. But I've been seeing it a lot over the last 2-3 weeks, even month of this NFL season. It's ridiculous. Like these dudes, I guess it's 1 yard from the line of scrimmage they can't go past. But then the officiating expert that came on and explained why the ref called it in one of yesterday's games, he was like, yeah, you're allowed to go past the 1 as long as you're engaged in the block. Yeah. And he was like, that's what I saw on this one, so I don't know why it was called.
But it's also a gray area, because that's been the whole RPO situation, because as a defender, if you're 1 yard downfield, bro, that's a run play. Period. But because we've allowed the RPO in, once again, offensive rules, now the debate has been, oh, yeah, if you're engaged with the guy, yeah, you can be past that. And we're like, no, because that's still run blocking. How are you going to be a yard upfield, but yet you throwing the ball? Like, that's cheating, essentially, with the rules. But because of offenses, they want them to be able to have the RPO and really have success. That's their variation of it. And it's like, you just got to kind of deal with it, but they allow it. So teams got a better chance to move the ball on defenses. If you can't run it, then you get a chance to pull the run and throw it. If you can't consistently beat the press, well, now you get a chance to run. And if the team cheats up, now you can pull it out and get you a quick one. That's what it's for. I mean, just to keep the flow for offenses. Help them out.
Why aren't we taking advantage of that stuff?
We do. We just don't execute it to the same extent. But it's also a dangerous play at times if it's read wrong and if it's not executed the right way.
I don't want Kenny running that often, though. I know TG brought that up.
I don't either. To an extent.
That obviously would help RPO stuff, but
yeah, but you got to have, like you said, that QB run element is more prevalent with that offense. Yeah.